I mean, that is just a few fast, let's say, designs into it. The pistol grip starting off. Look at it. Whoa, I better kick off that. Hello and welcome to my channel on Airsoft Toys. Now, where are we? Firstly, people are asking me through instant messaging and obviously face-to-face, why am I doing a lot of videos over July and August? Well, the reason being is because I've had a massive amount of interest. Both people direct messaging me or talking to me on games about, let's just say, different types of rifles and pistols that are either on the market and just not been recognized for a while, or some new stuff that's started to appear. And it's interesting for me, even in some of the shops there recently, because I end up talking to everybody and I'm speaking a lot to people that are coming into the actual game. So I just try to put a lot of stuff across and meet people's requests. So if you've got a request, get in touch. Now, as you'll see, even this here, this is the Grom. You'll see that in a couple of weeks. Let's move on. So pistols, I have not done pistols for quite a long time. And when I was with Phil the other day, we had a conversation about this, and I said, you know, people keep asking me about pistols because we have the Wies, we have the Glocks, obviously, the different brands, we have the Staccatos. There's so many different brands out there now, Lancers and all that kind of stuff, that what would you choose? And believe it or not, he actually got a stock of these just brought in. Some are already gone. And he said, what do you reckon of this one? And I says, okay, I'll go and have a think about it. So basically he loaned it to me. So thank you, as always, to all the shops that helped me. And basically, right, okay, so what do you get? Well, you've obviously got the shiny box. I mean, everyone talks about the shiny box and fingerprints, so that's just a box. The only thing that's interesting on me is that you actually see CO2 on it, which I've not seen the CO2 pistol for quite a while. Now, here in the box itself, you get your instruction manual in Mandarin, so that's not going to help me one bit. Got to tidy up. You've also then got your card, and this is the QR code where you download, obviously, the manual. Okay, so it's just a card. I won't mention anything else because you've probably heard me say that. But on the flip side, most people will actually go online to YouTube, things like this, and learn how to. So what have we got? The VFC Stark Arms SA320T. T being tactical. As soon as you mention the word tactical, people go, really? I'm going to buy that. Now, as you can see, it is quite a striking looking pistol. It's not plain. It's got all sorts of, obviously, let's say, designs into it. The pistol grip starting off, look at it. I mean, the detail on that is quite good. Now, most of it is polymer. Obviously, the top slide, as always, is basically metal, majority, and the metal barrel, but the actual whole of it, in a sense, is polymer, strong polymer. But the pistol grip itself is very, very comfortable, and it's very grippy as well, okay? All these little inserts where people buy the stickers and stick them on now. So it has got that quite detail, if you want to put it like that, okay? The trigger is plastic. That surprised me, I suppose, but okay, know what I mean? With the trigger itself, there's a little grub screw in there you can adjust, so whatever your preference is, okay? I'm just saying, if you look at most pistols, what that you get for airsoft, you really buy them as a backup. You're not really use it as your main, unless you've got a HPA system in it. Realistically, it's a backup. Even when I first started, I used to carry like 4, 5 mags, I think it is. Now I probably carry 3, because if I'm going to end up using my pistol over my AEG or enemy gas blowbacks, realistically, I must be really out of ammo or in a situation. So, okay, that's all right. We'll come back to, say, the magazine in a minute. But the trigger did have that interest for me. There is no hammer to the rear, okay? All right, so there's no hammer projecting, as you will see on the Staccatos or the Berettas or anything like that. So, realistically, and you have actually an ambidextrous slide release, okay? So, that's quite good as well, I suppose. I mean, so nice click as well. And it's not that big click, not that big where you can get it. So there is a nice, let's say, smoothness to it. Okay, so we'll talk more about it as we go on, and you've got the nice little features where you've got the serial number and things like that. So you have got quite a lot going on there. At the front, you've got your rail, if you're going to put your torch or even a laser. Again, there's problems with that when it comes to holsters. Okay, on the other side, as you can see yourself, you've got your, what we just said, your slide release. You have your magazine release here. I did watch a video and someone did say that you can change that over. Okay, all right, so if you're left-handed, I don't know about that. Okay, I don't know. I think you would need someone that's very good at this or understanding that, and I was trying to look at it. So if you see someone saying that, make sure, and you get it in your head, I'm going to buy this, I'm left-handed and I know I can change that over. I would check on that more. Okay, I did have a look around and I can't find it. Okay, well, so then obviously you've got, with your slide locking over, you've got your connector. I am not going to do it because I don't do videos like that. Go and see someone else. You just swing that round, basically then release, and it takes the top slide off. I am not touching this because I do not want to put any marks on it, because I know I'm hoping either you or someone else is going to get their hands on this. Okay, so realistically, that's it. Now, the barrel, they say it's a fixed barrel, okay, which is good, all right, but what I do like, this is my thing, I do like the hop. Now, I don't know why, because on average, most gamers, from what I know, again, this is my experience, so if you're going to turn around and put in comments that, oh, I always adjust my hop on my pistols, fantastic, happy days. But you've got this hop adjuster there right at the front, just this little thing. I think that's very clever. I don't know why, okay? I haven't seen it on a lot of the actual pistols that I have, okay? Again, nice and smooth. Okay, so we have that. It's nothing too dramatic, and I presume pretty good if you're in the field and you're even a sniper using this as a backup and you're trying to be quiet cocking it, even though I know a lot of snipers I know use AEG pistols. Okay, but it's still that. It's nice, and it's a lovely weight. The weight with this is 724 grams without the magazine. So as any type of pistol, there's not an amazing amount to it, okay? It's actually the performance which is the big thing. Now on the top, you've got your plate. Now your plate can be removed and you can have your different optics. Sorry, I was in a shop and I talking to a lad and I said, oh yeah, the mini scope. Oh no, Will, it's an optic. Okay. Tomatoes. And he made a big thing about it. It has to be called an optic. I thought, yes. And then he said, because it's special. And I was thinking, you're special to your mum. But you do get 3 plates in the box, which I think is pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny, because I don't know if you've ever got an optic and you've stuck that on the rear and you found your plate doesn't work or it doesn't go in. So you get 3. You get the Arcro, you get the RMR, and you get the Doctor. So you get them 3, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I'm almost certain it's that. RMR, Arco, and Doctor. Yeah. So I'm not going to put that on, obviously. And then keeping with that, I suppose, just keeping with that then. So you can get your optic on the rear. The front, here, 14mm. Probably said that wrong now. But the thing is, you can put variations of your tracer units on it. Some of the guys I've been talking to recently, because of family commitments and weekend working, they're not able to get out on the big milsims. So they're doing the evening, basically games that are internal in the warehouses and things like that. So a lot of them are fitting these little tracers onto this. So I got 2 of mine out there. So I've got my little tubular one, E-shooter. Okay, I thought looking at it, it looked a bit, I don't know if it would fit in my holster. I think I've tried this before. And then secondly, I've got my block, which I love. I do love this. I've put this on a few of my rifles. That fits there. But again, it's still a little bit wider. There is one that I've seen in the shop, and I was going to ask to put it on. And believe it or not, a guy walked in and bought it. And that's this one. I won't mention it because I've mentioned so many times how nice it looks, and no one's offered to loan me one to show me what it really does. So we'll leave that there. But that, I think that would look pretty cool on that as well. Yeah. The magazine is very distinctive, very, very distinctive. If you look at it, you see this extra gripping point at the bottom? That's very, very distinctive. Now, I already said when the actual pistol itself, it has no magazine on, it weighs around 724 grams. With the pistol magazine on, it weighs around 730 grams. And I'm going to say this, it's not too heavy. It doesn't feel too heavy. It feels very balanced. The magazine itself takes about 25 to 26. I never fill mine up totally because I'm always worried about a little bit of stoppages because the BBs are very flimsy. On the flat magazine, you're looking about 20, 21, 22, I think I'm right there again. But with the magazine, it's very balanced, okay? It's very balanced. I don't think I'd be able to use this on my chest holster, because I have a chest holster, if you see some on pictures, because this would hit off top of my magazines, which I use when I'm using certain types of rifles. But within a side holster, which I'll probably use in a minute as a demonstration, I think it would be very comfortable in that. Now, what I want to do, stop there. Let's go over to my mini range here and we'll just put a few BBs down it. Let's take a look. So, just talking about this and all the attachments that you could put onto this. Some people will have things like this, just a material holster that you can stick in, because if you've got a laser, your optic, or you've got a torch on this, or even your tracer on the front, sometimes it's quite easy to put into this. The only thing I'll always say about these is that it can easily fall out, okay? So I'm just saying as an idea. One thing you never do is you never buy some cheap crap, all right? Believe it or not, when I was getting stuff off Temu, because there is some good stuff, I seen this and I put it in my basket, and about, must have been like a week later, it came up, it says, you can have this for £1 as a deal. And I thought, I'm definitely getting that for the crack. So this apparently fits universal. I think they've literally took the word toy seriously there. I mean, that is... am I allowed to swear? So, realistically, I've got my polymer holster, okay? Variations, loads of these different types that you have out there. If you want to know what this is, drop me a comment, I'll tell you. So this is a little bit like what I like to joke about Jack Bauer, okay? Who's Jack Bauer? So it is quite easy, you've got your release. So for sights like this, just as it is as a standard, you know what I mean? There's no fanciness in. Now the only thing is, again, with any type of holster, sometimes you have to adjust. Again with this, because it's slightly wider. You've got to remember that, okay? Not like the 1911s that I have, that look very narrow, okay? So this is a little bit wider, okay? Again, okay, it is quite comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I can adjust the straps with this. I can probably adjust the angle a little bit better for me, but this is how it's set up for me on game this weekend, okay? So realistically, it has got that smoothness. I'm not being funny. The thing is with gas, with this, just to make you aware, BZ Tactical that I follow, I think they're amazing. Their videos are good crack, I really do. They do make me laugh. He did come out with a really valuable point there when he did a video on this type. He did say about the gas. I think they were firing above 4s BBs, and he was talking about the pressurize of gas and things like that. And I understand that, because in the summer, even talking the other day, you've got to be careful the gas you use throughout the year, because if you put too high power gas into your GBB, you can damage this, okay? You can actually damage it because of the force of the gas for firing the slide back. So again, it's all down to weather and it's experience. And if in doubt, and I've said this so many times, if in doubt, ask, okay? Nice smoothness to it, okay? You thought I forgot, didn't you? You did, didn't you? I know you did. No, that's stupid. So, no safety catch. Looking down the sights, only the foresight has a white dot. Rear sights are totally black, okay? Whoa, did I kick off that? there is a release on the trigger. What I mean is when the trigger comes back, okay, as you're moving it forward, you can hear a distinctive click. Well, I can, okay? Just a few fast. Okay. Now that might be me with the gas because this is new. Watch this. Oh, it didn't do it. I'm not going to fire it all because this is new. This is going to go to somebody. So I'm not going to stand there and blatter the crap out of it. I did enough there, put a bit of gas in it. That's all I wanted to do. So it had that nice kick. We know, you know, when it comes to obviously the last BB, it will hold it open for you to re-engage. The only thing I will say, this is me, is in reference to the magazine, is the cost of these extra, obviously, mags. That's summer. Again, you might have spare mags that you could possibly use. I don't know. It's a bit customized, obviously. But is it something I would purchase? I'm very seriously considering it. I genuinely am. I am genuinely considering it, this. But that's for another video. Now, if you're still with me, thank you very much and I appreciate it, because I wanted just to talk to you just for a couple of minutes about this. Tactical Turtle have got a new range out and I think they're fantastic. And they're basically directed towards the guys I was talking about and girls there that are doing the games during the week, in the evenings, or they're using the trace units, or they're using confined spaces where CQB, where it's dark. And what Tactical Turtle have done is they've heard you and they've come out with this. I mean, isn't that distinctive? Look at the colour of that. That is bright, okay? And not only that, for those of you, nice pink one. Well, there is a discussion with all the guys I knock about with. Is that salmon or is it pink? I tell you the truth, I'm crap with colours. Do you know what I mean? These are good. And you're going to see there's quite a few people at the moment doing little reviews and things like that. And you're going to see these appear as well, the caps that go on top. And what I'm going to do is, apart from obviously some of the videos of things that I'm showing you, I really would love it if you would have a consideration of that. Because I'm going to leave you with this thought. I did a game and I saw a guy produce one of these, okay? Lost everything. Bear with me. Yep. One of these, okay? He pulled the pin and he threw it and nothing happened. And I was like, so I went and spoke to him and I went, what happened there, mate? And then I realised when I looked at it, it was a very cheap version of this. And he actually told me he paid 18 quid for it. And it was crap. Do you remember the holster I just showed you? Tactical Turtle, yeah, you pay for what you get, okay? But they put the effort in. They're redesigning stuff. They're coming up with better ideas. They're a young company down in Cork that are pushing it. And that wee lad now is basically peed off, okay? And he was a really good lad as well. We had a good laugh, me and him. Me and him were paired off for a few games. And I actually asked him to have a quick go at that, and he quite liked that, okay? So put him in the right direction as always, okay? So I know you, one or two, you probably think I go on a lot about this crap, but I find if people buy crap and then they have a crap day, they then don't want to play anymore in that context. Or they just say, well, it's not the sport for me. Whereas if they talk to you and me and they ask us our opinion, and if you're not helping people, go play golf, it means that then they buy the good gear, and then, which is the good gear, okay? And then it means that then we all have a great time. Thank you for watching. As you know, it's coming. I've got some more videos coming up very soon on some other rifles that are out at the moment, and I'd be very pleased if you would watch them. Bye for now.